everyone. Today I am going to Fukushima from Kanagawa via Tokyo to observe the reconstruction of Fukushima after 2011 incident. We will visit Daiichi nuclear power plant and nearby affected town to analyze the current situation. This tour is basically organized by GSC Yokohama Hub and 40 people from different countries are participating. So, I will try to make this video both informative and interactive as well. Raza Ari.
はい。じゃあ設計 3D になります。
はい、3D。
はい、ありがとうございます。はい。
23時50分発大阪新間宮ナンバー方面
The night bus took 5 hours from Tokyo to Fukushima and I have plenty of time still left. ठीक ठाक आप सुनाए ठीक है?
अभी पहुंचे
मैं बस घंटा पहले पहुंचा था नाइट बस तो मुझे लगा वैसे ही डेकोरेशन पीस है. The first place we are going to visit is Kono Fruit Farm to interact with local farmers and learn how the incident affected their work.
Okay, so we're gonna walk towards the altar. Please be careful because we are crossing the road.
Let's go. He explained that after the nuclear explosion, rumors were spread about the fruits being radioactive, which was not true.
So we're around 70 to 80 kilometers from the nuclear plant at the moment. I just thought you guys might want to know.
Then we did some peach hunting, and yes, after eating the peaches, my stomach was upset. Not because of the radioactivity, but because I ate a lot. Let's find the akai one. Let's go there. I think we can find it. This one looks good.
Okay, Ari.
And this one is perfectly red, so I think it's good to eat.
Okay.
So twist it. So like, oh, ちょっと待って。
Okay.
はい、ありがとうございます。はい、ありがとうございました。
We're so inspired by a lot of things we saw in Fukushima, but after that, people were just satisfied and went back to Tokyo. Nothing really happened. And that continued for like a few years until last year we kind of framed this activity as Fukushima-bu. It's like a club activity. Something called cesium.
Now we are going to visit interim storage facility in which we will see how the radioactive soil is processed.
Facility. And just like Hayashio said, there's nowhere to move because other prefectures don't want them as well.
So this is Mr. Yoshida from Ministry of Environment. I explained on the bus, basically people remove the soil from a lot of a wide range of area within Fukushima prefecture to reduce the risk for people to live in.
It's around 11 Tokyo Dome. But you probably don't know how big Tokyo Dome is. So we store these in interim storage facilities.
に保管してあります。はい、で、それ今はですね、
今どんどん保管してですね、搬入
So
してい
right
るところ
now,
なんですけれど
we're still
も、
moving them into these facilities.
2045年までにですね、
By
福島
2045,
できたら、まず最初に放射能濃度を測定します。
So first, they check the radiation level.
After explaining, now they are going to show us different steps for soil processing.
So the 8 sensors you see are for the radiation check.
フレコンバッグを破いていく場所に。
So this is where they break the black back material and then remove if it's above 150 millimeter.
I have a question. Have they successfully grown vegetables from the processed soil? Like,
今農業の
That's
症状はどうなってますかっていうところこれから見に行きます。
Yeah, so we're gonna see the agriculture site.
I see. Then they showed us that they are trying to grow rice from the processed soil. And this is the control room to monitor each step. Now we are going to visit the Great East Japan Earthquake and Nuclear Disaster Memorial Museum, which is recently opened in September 2020.
漁業は今でもだから11年間
We are going to watch film. Damage was already done on the same year. But now, how is it like? The museum showed every aspect of that incident. And when we reached the hotel, we saw ourselves on the TV screen and everybody was just excited. Today it was a busy day, but tomorrow will be busier. Before going to Daiichi nuclear power plant, we visited TEPCO's decommissioning center and they explained the whole situation more technically.
燃料の間にですね、板みたいなのがこう、シュッとこう全体を覆うように入るんですね。こういう十字の形してますけど、これが制御棒。
So these control rods will be inserted into the pipes inside.
でも問題はその合ってましたけども、これが落ちるとは思いませんでした。こんだけ何重の壁はあるというふうに思ってました。
I mean, he also participated in the construction of this, and because it's so thick and there were so many of them, so they really did not think that it's going to break apart in a disaster.
This one I think is over now.
The cooling function. The fuel in the reactor melted down. Fuel debris. We are currently investigating the conditions inside the reactor. Due to the high dose of radiation inside the PCB, an investigative robot was used. This is the form-changing robot named P-Morph. The robot was used in the investigation for Unit 1 in March 2017. When it enters the PCB, the robot moves through a narrow pipe in a rod shape, and inside the PCB, it readjusts itself into a U shape to move stably. A camera and measurement probe on the robot were lowered to investigate the bottom of the PCB. They then collected images and radiation data from the inside, including deposits detected on the floor.
He explained how TEPCO is dealing with the radioactive water. All impurities and radioactive substances are removed except tritium and stored in tanks. Now, all tanks are full and there is no place to build new tanks. So, TEPCO is planning to dump it into the ocean.
汚染した水は最終的には、アルプスという浄化装置を通して、またこれもきれいにしてタンクに溜めています。
So what they're doing is they're treating the water, making that's the Alps water, and they're storing it in separate tanks, the blue tanks on the bottom left, as you see.
Now we are going to Daiichi nuclear power plant and we are not allowed to bring any smartphone, which is understandable due to its sensitive location. We observed all the nuclear reactors closely, and although the radiation level outside the power plant is not that much high, but inside the plant it's still high. Now we are in the Namie town, and this Mr. Takahashi's session was so much inspiring that I cannot even explain in the video.
Percent is still under the evacuation order. And
He is leading multiple welfare projects just to bring back the happiness in the town.
memory of Namie and future of Namie. And the theme was decided by the residents. A lot of green, and you might see smiles, a kid's smile there playing. So that's more abstract art.
Are you the YouTuber?
Yes.
You are? Oh, finally.
Finally. Then he discussed some of his projects, like he is promoting the fishery products because the reputation of fishery products of Fukushima were not that much good. Is it bought?
It's a Japanese izakaya, Japanese restaurant.
Okay, those.
Okay, this is the 10 people room with the massage chair and 20 people room.
Massage?
Yeah, 10 people room with the massage chair and the 20 people room.
What kind of massage?
There's a massage.
Where should I go?
Wow.
Like.
Like and subscribe.
I have.
チェックアウトでございます。
はい、チェック。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Drug dealer. Drugs. He has drugs.
No. I just need this. Yes.
Now we are in Odaka area, and this space is called Ryokan. So basically we will here interact with local people.
さんに
なんか小高って面白そうだなと、そんな風に感じていただいてお帰りいただこうと思ってます。
My goal is to make you feel interested in this town and the issues here.
It's tea or water?
Between that.
It reminded me of Doraemon's house. I don't know why. And just like Namie town, this Odaka area is also very peaceful and beautiful. So this is where tsunami reached in 2011, and I think this is near the Futaba town. And also you can see the high school there, which was closed down.
Elementary school. It was.
And it's the time for final reflection session.
焼きそばハラルの人は
Here.
And Yuta will be together, so you can
It's a good view.
But your film is so professional.
Kind of.
We need to study, and even though after finishing this tour, I think we must be and keep studying about Fukushima, the things. So
Energy production. In the UK alone, coal plants kill 10,000 people a year. And nuclear power, you had Chernobyl, and you had 3 Mile Island, which in total killed 1,000 people or so. And so nuclear power is so much safer by comparison. And I think what's happening in
I think the information, the amount of information we get, we can never get the same information from online, like YouTube or something like that. You have to visit these places and listen with the people who experienced it. So before talking about other things, let me present my 3 different
So you're saying YouTube is not useful?
No, YouTube is useful, but
you heard him say it.
No.
YouTube is not useful.
I said that YouTube alone cannot give you as much information
YouTube
as we get
alone.
through this tour. So that's what I mean. Okay.
Welcome to Japan.
Thank you.
Okay. Good voice.
Okay, so this is really unexpected for us as well. But please, can you come to the front?
various energy resources and maybe share the message that nuclear power in some cases is necessary.
We wanted to kind of make an area which is the opposite of what's the current
So under the With this final reflection session, our tour is officially ended now. As international students, it was really good, but I want to know more about from Japanese perspective. So how was the...
First of all, I really would like to say thank you very much for the foreign students and things. But Fukushima, and not only Fukushima, but also Tokyo people, or Osaka people, or Kyoto people, we Japan as a one team to contribute to the Fukushima and reconstruction of Fukushima. So please tell to your family countries, once you go back to Pakistan, or once you go back to Africa, or once you go back to USA, please say that Fukushima is very fine, and also we need a collaboration. So please come to Japan. Please come to Fukushima.
Thank you very much.
From me. Okay.
And it's time to say goodbye to the amazing people that I met until we meet again. Arigatou gozaimasu. यानी हमने काफ़ी अच्छा टाइम स्पेंड किया